Yo, what up? It's your boy Shady C here. Now, I ask you one favor, well, two favors. If you've clicked on this, watch the whole video if you plan on commenting. And number two, comment on the content of what I'm saying, not just my appearance. That's the easy cop-out way to do it. But I want to make this video because I'm sick of the libtards. Let me explain. You know how they love to call conservatives Nazis? And as you know, I'm not a conservative. Look at my political viewpoints. I'm more liberal than most. But they love to call conservatives Nazis. But let's break down what Nazis actually do. Again, I studied World War II. I know a lot about this topic. The first thing they did was silence free speech. They made the Jews wear the gold star. The Jews had no right to an opinion. The Jews had no right to speak. Now, I wonder if there were Jewish scholars back then who wanted to speak at college campus, what the Nazis would do. Probably kick them off at a college campus. So, every time the left calls a conservative Nazi, it makes me want to laugh. Because the libtards are the real Nazis. Again, you can be a liberal and not be a libtard. I'm not calling every liberal that because I'd be calling myself that, and I'm far from that. There's a lot of people like the Amazing Atheist out there on YouTube who are very liberal, but just not into the whole SJW, socialist warrior, politically correct crap. But what they don't understand is by being politically correct, they're not being factually correct. And what's one thing the left loves to talk about? Hate speech. Hate speech isn't protected speech. Really? Well, let's just say there is such a thing as hate speech, which I don't believe there is. The ACLU, which is again a very liberal organization, defended Milo Yiannopoulos against hate speech, defended the KKK, which you know I'm no fan of. And they said in their op-ed, the ACLU said, when you take away free speech from even the most despised people in the world, nobody deserves free speech. Which is true. Things like apple pie is yummy or chocolate is delicious doesn't need protection because most people agree with it. Free speech is needed on subjects where you don't agree, where the most vile subjects in the world need free speech protection. And think about it, the left used to be like that. The left used to be the biggest free speech advocates. Watch the movie, The People versus Larry Flint. Larry Flint's a pretty liberal guy. The whole movie was basically about free speech and freedom of expression and the like. The whole movie was about that. But now the left has changed. They've pivoted. No longer. The days are gone where the expression, I may disagree with what you say, but I'll fight to the death for your right to say it. Those days are gone. Where did they go? What happened is the left, while becoming more liberal, has dug their heels into we're the tolerant ones. But if you disagree with what we say, you're hateful, misogynistic, racist, homophobic, xenophobic. You know what's funny? Before all this SJW crap started, I'd never heard the word xenophobic. I swear they made it up. When I first heard it, I thought it was like Phobia of Xena Warrior Princess, the old TV show. And people around the world are getting more liberal, which is good from a policy standpoint. Again, I agree with the liberals on policy. But it's bad from the SJW censorship standpoint. They want to censor freedom of thought. They want to censor freedom of speech, and I won't let them. I'll fight them every step of the way on this. Because I believe, even though I am so liberal, I believe everyone has the right to express and to state their opinion. And then another thing that they do now, well, it's freedom of speech, not freedom from consequence. What consequence should they suffer? A friend of mine who's very liberal said, well, I can punch him in the face. No, you can't. Your freedom of expression ends at my nose. Your freedom of of showing what you believe and physical violence. See, that's the thing. The left wants that. They want physical violence. Like, if you walk around and you say, I don't believe in gay marriage. You know I do. But I respect everyone's right to their own opinion and to be able to state their own opinion. If you walk up to a libtard and say that, they feel they then have the right to physically assault you. No, you don't. You have the right to say you're full of shit. And you have the right to say what you believe. I saw a video the other day where this Trump supporter was wearing a Make America Great hat. Again, I don't like Trump. I don't support any of his views. But if you want to wear a hat or a shirt that supports Trump, I respect that right. No, what's funny is, so in the video, he was wearing the hat, and the libtard took the hat and wouldn't give it back to him. So they went to it was on a college campus, of course. They went to the administration, and the administrator said, look, you've got to give him back his hat. You can't just take his property. What? You're defending him? No, libtard. They're defending freedom of speech, freedom of expression, his right to wear his hat. Now, if you're going to ban all hats, absolutely. But apparently on this particular college campus, they hadn't banned hats. If you want to ban all hats, go ahead. And then he can't wear it because hats are restricted, not because his opinion is restricted. And I can imagine the left doing that now. Let's just ban all hats. No. You have the right. If you want to wear a hat that says Bernie Sanders 2020, you have the right to wear that hat. Just like he has the right to wear his Make America Great hat or shirt or whatever. I support Bernie. I'll go on record. If he runs this next time, I'm voting for him. I'll go on record and admit that. But again, I also support someone else's right to vote for Trump. Or someone else's right to vote for Ted Cruz. Or whoever they want to vote for. I personally would love to see a Bernie Sanders Ron Paul ticket, but that won't happen. That would be cool as hell, though. Because I like both of them. My views... There's a guy on YouTube here called The Nuance Bro. He has a shirt that I want to get. It says Republican, Democrat, Nuance in like a ballot format. And the check is under Nuance. That's me. That's my views. And I feel bad for America because we're going down a rabbit hole. And the left is just enjoying the ride. Everyone else is terrified. It's like the worst roller coaster you could ever be on. The left wants to eliminate free speech. They do. Come on, just say it. Just say it. I would have more respect for the libtards. And I wouldn't even call them libtards. If they would actually come out and say, you are hateful if you disagree with me. Just say the words. Come on. If you don't agree with me, you're a horrible person. Go ahead and say it. Just say it. Like, for example, they love to go, well, you don't have to agree with me, but you can't say hateful things. Why can't you? Where's that in the Constitution that you can't say hateful things? Where's that at? I'm waiting. That's what I thought. It doesn't exist. You have the right to be ignorant. You have the right to be hateful. You have the right to be stupid. But what you don't have the right to do is try to censor someone else's thoughts, opinions, or ideas. You don't have that right. That's what makes me so angry and annoyed at the Antifa group. I think it was Winston Churchill in the past who said, the fascists of the future will call themselves anti-fascist. Because they have to come under that guise. See, they want to be fascist. They can't come out and just say, hey, we're going to be fascist. They have to come out and say, nope, we're anti-fascists, but we're going to do and act and say everything that the fascists do and act and say. It's pathetic, and the libtards are just, yeah, I agree. It's stupid. It's annoying, and it needs to stop. I will continue to speak out about it. I'll do my part on my platform. Hey, yo, if you agree with me, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and hit that share. If you don't agree with me, you're probably a fascist, but you can still like, subscribe, and share. You need to hear some common sense. Post comments down below. What do you think on this subject? And as you know, this is Shady C, and I'm always right.